See, we'll get it. There you are. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Hey, sunrise. All right, you can judge right now. Let's judge it. What's more beautiful? We know right now what's more beautiful. Right there, right there. We can look at the sunrise. That's beautiful, but she's more beautiful. Hey, good morning. Welcome to the Daily Dose. And Saturday, special early edition, 7 a.m. Daily Dose. If you're catching us on the replay and you're waking up, waiting for the 8 a.m. Well, it was at 7 a.m. today. My wife, she agreed to come on, do a special guest appearance and share with you secrets. The secret, or secrets. I think we have a couple of them. Secrets to keeping lean and fit when you're a full-time working mom. And right, I'm not a full-time working mom, so I figured we'd bring a special guest, full-time working mom with, let's say, it's at least 40 hours a week, right? You're a good solid 40 hours a week. Monday through Friday, 40 hours a week. You didn't know, now you'll know. You want to just share what you do?
Oh, I'm a nurse practitioner.
Yeah, nurse practitioner. How many years?
Oh, that's so mean.
25 years?
No, I graduated nursing 95, nurse practitioner 2002. So
19 years.
Yeah.
All right, so, and not, honestly, I will say we were fortunate enough on the early days when our kids were young that she only had to go part-time just to help, just to be obviously raising a family. It's kind of hard to do that and have babies and all those types of things, although I know moms do that. And I can just say let's just keep walking because it's so beautiful. By the way, how about that beautiful sunrise? She actually told me this morning, let's get up and go see the sunrise. I was like, all right, I'll make you a deal. I'll come watch the sunrise, get up a little earlier, and you can be on my daily dose. So I said, well, let's talk about some of the secrets. And I know it's not easy. I know if you're struggling and maybe you're a full-time mom, you got kids, we got a couple kids, you know that from me sharing with you, although you haven't really seen much because they're teenagers and they don't want to be anything a part of what you're doing online or on Facebook. Gosh, no, God forbid. Or a part of us, right? They do their own thing. So enough said with that. But the secrets, there are some secrets. And I want to just share first one of the things that I've been blessed with having a wife that has made it a point to take care of herself. I was saying, well, I don't remember either one of us since we've been together for 20 years. Literally, let's stop for a minute. Just for 20 years, check out that beautiful sunrise. Hey, when you come on here, just say good morning, where you're from. If you saw the sunrise this morning, maybe throw a picture down there. But one of the things, oh, there goes a boat there. Cool. But one of the things I would say is I don't think there's been a time where we didn't exercise. Maybe a week we go away on vacation or something and didn't like formally, but we've been together 20 years and I think there hasn't been more than 2 weeks that we've ever not exercised, right? Like part of that. So how the heck do you do that when you're a working mom and now full-time 40 hours? How are you able to manage that and do the family stuff and the house stuff and the kids stuff and all that? What's one of the secrets? Can you share?
For me, it's always been part of my life. So it's just been consistency. I kind of make it something that's been a priority. So I find that the things that are really important and priorities you make time for. So I mean, there's always times when you have little excuses why you don't do it. You can go in little spurts when you're not super consistent. But I find that the more consistent and it's a priority for me that I make the time for it. And particularly for me, it's been first thing in the morning. We are morning people. I know a lot of people aren't, but we are definitely morning people, which means we go to bed like at 10.
What time were we up today?
4:30, not by, I don't know why. I was annoyed with myself. I would really prefer sleeping. But we're morning people, so I find if I get it done in the morning, when I find no excuses, I do my devotional, I work out, and then I have work, and then kid time. Because in the evenings, there's so many excuses as to what comes in the way, and I get lazy in the evening. So morning time has been
cool. Let's keep walking. That's great. So first secret is, I guess if it's important to you, you'll find a way, right? Find a time. And I hear people all the time share with me, Mark, I just don't have the time. Well, I can just tell you from experience and 20 years of experience, amazing experience. It hasn't been always awesome up and downs, and we've had struggles with stuff and time and work schedules and all those things. But I would say I can attest to Nicole, and now she's always been beautiful inside and out, but part of her taking care of herself and staying lean and fit right now is that she's made it a priority. She's actually made exercising a high priority, enough to get up early. And she doesn't have to go, you don't go to work till 7. She leaves for work at 7. And so she's telling you she gets up at 4:30, and she and I both. Now, we're morning people, and I'm not saying you have to get up early to get your workouts in, but if it's important to you and that's the only time you have, and you know you won't do it in the evening, guess what? That's probably what you should do, is maybe start a half hour earlier. Maybe your workouts, you don't have time to go to the gym, but maybe get up a half hour earlier and say, all right, I'm going to do my workout a half hour earlier. I'm going to get up and make it a point. What else? So obviously it's not just workouts, right? Like, and hey, we both are our own worst. We go down in flames together when we get off track, and maybe the holidays, or when it's like a crummy weekend and we want to sit around and watch some Netflix shows. We're watching Longmire right now. We're kind of pulled into the Longmire. If you like that Longmire show, good morning, Susan. Good morning to you. Hey, let me see, when you come on here, say good morning. Hey, Robin and Wendy, good morning to you. So yeah, it's easy, especially like Saturday, right? You've had maybe a rough week. You had like a long week. Maybe you didn't get in the workouts you wanted. You want to sleep in. We wanted to sleep in today, but we both woke up early and said, well, you know what, let's make the best of it. So, okay, let's talk about, how the other part, like with food and nutrition. And you're like, oh, well, it's easy for Nicole. She lives with a coach and a trainer, right? And it's not.
I'm a saboteur.
Let's see.
I sabotage.
Who's the saboteur?
I am. I sabotage us sometimes. I have a sweet tooth, so I definitely can take us all down with my choices and bringing it home sometimes. So
what you're saying is it's not perfect.
Good gosh, no.
Not perfect, but you don't let that railroad your efforts, and you let it take you completely off track, right? Because obviously your body's staying in great shape and lean and fit because you've actually made it a point to course correct when you need to, right? At the end of the day, you've been able to, and we've done it together. It's been a team effort. And I know that's not always the case for everyone, as far as maybe you don't have the support at home, and maybe it's the complete opposite. Maybe you're just so stressed out, and and you don't have the time, and you don't know how to eat, and you don't know how to exercise. Maybe you don't have access to somebody necessary for a coach, but it doesn't mean you can't get the help that you need, right? At the end of the day, you have the option to make the decision to get help if it's important to you, right? And if getting lean and fit is important to you, and having a healthy lifestyle. Now look, I know people, like, we do this as just a routine. We walk this dog, this beast. Let's meet Owen. If you haven't met Owen, come here. This is Owen. What a beautiful dog, right? That's our guy. He's doing a cameo with the sunrise. Look at that. He's like, oh, come on, Dad. So we walk him. I would say we take kind of equal responsibilities on that. I walk him probably a little bit more, but we walk and run him twice a day. Like, that's part. He needs his exercise as well. And you know what? Look at how lean and strong and lean and fit this guy is. He can run actually faster than us. We have to run him on the bike. But we make it a priority for him, right? He knows. And if you have a dog and maybe you give the dog extra snacks and you don't walk it, it's maybe a beast and it's maybe got a little bit overweight and stuff. But in general, I would say if you are looking for how to get your body lean and how to get back in shape and get fit, a couple of secrets. She talked about making the time, like getting up early for her worked. And then also course correcting when you do go off track, when you have those moments. Look at a beautiful sunrise there. We couldn't stand there. No, come on, be in it. Look at that. Like, how much beautifulness is there? Not me. Let's take me out. Look at that. She's pinching me. All right, so those are
priority. It's got to be a priority. And I used to think that it was selfish if, I was like worried about my kids and taking care of them and so many housework and cooking dinner and put everything else above my needs and ability to exercise, and I felt like it was selfish, but actually it isn't selfish. You need to give yourself some time, because if you take care of yourself, you'll be better able to take care of your family. You'll be in a better mood. You'll make better choices because you gave yourself that time. And to me, exercise also is like those natural endorphins. They just make you happy. It's a good release for stress, for anxiety. You sleep better at night. And I find that when you exercise, watch this dog.
I see.
When you exercise in the morning, particularly, I make better choices throughout the day. I make better choices starting at breakfast and at lunch and dinner, just because I already exercised. I don't want to blow it by eating a donut for breakfast or something. So I find that when I do it first thing in the morning, good priority, and I make better choices. And it's not, and it's
not perfect. Like, let's just admit, like we indulge and enjoy a little bit, and we know if we get it in the house, I'll know if she makes all the baked goods, and she's a really good baker, is that it'll be hard for me to resist. So we just don't do it that often. We just, it was a lot harder when we had kids that were younger So we had snacks and cookies and things like that just with the kids around. And it's even hard now. It's like if we don't bring it home from the grocery store, then usually we don't eat it. So we have to be kind of mindful, and having grocery lists are helpful, I think, for us as well. But truly, like it's not as nearly as hard. And I think one of the hardest things, and I think we've done it to ourselves as well, so I'll just admit, is that we beat ourselves up a little bit too much sometimes, and we put a lot of pressure. Like there's a lot of stress and anxiety, especially if you've been maybe not lean and not healthy, not fit, and you've been overweight for a while, and then you get messed up, and then you tend to go towards food, and then it's like a downward spiral. So you tend to just stay in that kind of that section of being just stuck and maybe struggling, right? I have a close friend or a colleague of mine who says he calls it struggling. And if you're stuck and struggling, I would say it doesn't mean you have to stay there. You just have to actually ask yourself, what do you want most? Do you want that food and you want to continue binging and sitting around and not exercising, or do you want to feel as good as you potentially can feel? And when you're in your later, look, a couple of years, we're going to be talking, we're going to be both in our 50s. We're going to be both in our 50s soon enough. But I can say, I think I'll speak for myself.
You before me.
I'll speak for myself. Yes, a year before. I'm a year. She always lets me know that I'm a year older than her. I don't think either one of us, I'll speak for myself, that we feel like we're in our later 40s. Absolutely not. And I would say I can attest to my wife looking at her and going on date nights and stuff. She doesn't even look anywhere near in her 40s. So anyway, with that, those are some secrets. Any last minute secrets? Or how about like getting help? Now, you don't have to tell them to hire me, of course. She says
it helps to have an accountability partner, definitely. Be it someone in your family, a good friend, spouse, or both. And our family definitely works out, and it's awesome because it's a priority for all of us. So when you're all on board, it does make it easier. It's not impossible to do it by yourself, but it makes it easier when you have support system and people that are in your family that are all on the right kind of path, because we make better choices when we go out to eat and when we're eating at home.
Yeah.
But there is a quote that I really like, and because I've struggled, especially during COVID, I got kind of lazy, getting a little funk and get off my path. And it's been like a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks now, a few months. So I'm trying to get back on track. And there's a quote that says, one day or day one, you decide. And so I like that because like when you start day one and you get that done, you go to the next day and the next day, and then there's another week and you've been on a good path, and it does, it's your choice. So you have a new day every day.
One day or day one, I love that.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes into just taking small steps, right? Small action steps. And I think the byproduct of us maybe being where we're at now currently, and it's not been easy, it's always been ups and downs. We've had lots of issues over the years, but just making small steps forward rather than just dwelling on the past, dwelling on things that had maybe hindered our progress in staying healthy and fit. And I would say now even more so than ever, if you start making small steps now, small steps today, whether it be going for a walk, taking your dog out, to enjoying a beautiful sunrise, or if it's maybe just simply, instead of sitting at home on a Saturday, is, getting up and making something healthy for yourself for breakfast, or even maybe parking a little bit further away from the grocery store, doing something as small as that, or maybe making yourself wake up 20 to 30 minutes earlier so that you do have time to exercise. Ideally, there's lots of ways to do it, and you can either make excuses or you can make results. And I think Nicole said it, and we'll end it with that, is one day or day one. Like, it's your decision, right? You're going to say, oh, one day I'll do this, one day I'll get fit, one day I'll lose the weight, one day, or you can make today day one, and you can actually make that happen, right? Sound good? Hey, so one little last happy Saturday from Atlantic Beach.
Make it a good one.
Make it a good one. Take care and God bless. We'll see you soon.